If you're looking for a lightweight, breathable saddle without sacrificing comfort, look no farther than the Cloud Flexx from Arsenal. In the past, if you're looking for a lightweight, breathable saddle, there's not going to be a lot of comfort found with that. It's been kind of hard traditionally to blend lightweight, breathable with extremely comfortable in saddle hunting. But this year we've come out with a new Flexx that kind of bridges both worlds.
Yeah, so you're exactly right. When we started working on this project, this is the Cloud Flexx, we were focused on, how can we get an affordable, simplified saddle, maybe a little bit smaller footprint than our higher end Cloud flagship series. This year it's the Freedom. How do we blend those two together? And that's not an easy task a lot of times, but what we ended up with here is just an unbelievable solution. This saddle comes in just under 1.5 pounds. It's a pleated design, so it stays small for walking in and packing, but it expands when you go to sit down in it underneath of you. But the expanding is not really, what's the whole story here. We say Flexx, and we've got some technology on the side of this pleated saddle that allows this to expand out and create a larger comfort triangle that we talk about a lot.
So the first thing I noticed when I'm walking into this is it's super lightweight. We've got everything sucked down here, so I tighten the bridge right up and I wrap the bridge right around the lineman's loops here. So it's tight, I'm walking in, I don't have stuff bouncing around, but when I get to the tree I can loosen everything up and still get some more comfort.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's jump in the tree here and we'll take a look at what makes this special from a comfort standpoint.
So now that I'm in the tree, I'm sitting here, I've got the comfort triangle here. First and foremost, that's where the comfort starts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked about this now for the last couple of years, and what's the best way to distribute weight and keep everything comfortable with 0 pinch points. Well, traditionally you have a single bridge line that comes down, but what happens is it pinches your side here, and it creates that. People say saddle pinch all the time. You might not feel it if you're at a trade show sitting in this for 2-3 minutes or whatever, but guys get in the tree for 2, 3, 4 hours and all of a sudden they have pain on their hips. And that's typically 95% of the time it's your bridge coming down, pinching here. And in the past, what people have had to do is make your bridge as long as possible. So the longer the bridge, the less inward pressure you get on your hips. Well, now that saddle hunting is getting more and more popular, people don't want to be, a lot of times, way away from the tree. They want to be more compact. They want to be closer to the tree. They feel concealed, easier to stand upright on the platform. And so what we've done here is this Flexx comfort bar technology, really, we've built it in as an option in the side of your saddle. And so you can see now this bridge comes down, but it's not pinching. And the reason why is we have a fiberglass bar in here, a spreader bar. Instead of a spreader bar up here to hold this apart, you're holding this triangle open, and so it doesn't pinch down on your hip.
Yeah, I think it's crazy sitting here. There's literally no pressure whatsoever. It's dispersing between the bottom and the top. So, you don't have, like you said, that one pinch point that you're gonna find. And I think that's been a big downside of small single panel saddles in the past. Is like you said, there's just one point there. They're just not very comfortable.
Absolutely. When you sit in this thing, it's a completely different experience. It's like an oversized swing set seat, like you said, that has 0 pinch.
And it even going with that, we've got, and we can dive into the bridge a little bit, but it's simple too. You're getting a ton of comfort without a lot of complication.
Yeah, that's a big theme for 2026 for Arsenal, is to make everything intuitive and as simple as possible. And so again, just like our dual bridge on our flagship Freedom, where when you sit in it, you're gonna feel comfort right away and you're gonna be close to that perfect spot for your body. The Flexx is very similar to that. With the spreader bars on each side, you're gonna immediately feel comfort. And really the adjustment then, are the two adjustment opportunities are the length of your bridge, obviously, along with the height of your tether, but also here, which this is more traditional that you'll find on some saddles, is this is really just adjusting the angle that you're pulling into your saddle. So if you want to lean back, you would have this knot slid up a little bit higher. If you want to sit down, you're going to pull this knot, be pulling, so it's pulling the saddle underneath of you a little bit. But I find even with this spreader technology on the side of this Flexx Alex, that I find a sweet spot that works for both sitting and leaning, and I don't ever have to adjust it again.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you have to do a whole lot of moving that once you kind of find where it works for your body type or how much clothing you have on, that type of thing. Let's dive into the bridge system a little bit. So obviously we've got the new glides on all the ropes this year. This is just a super simple, easy to adjust bridge here.
Yeah, I mean, the Glyde is a really amazing little tool here. It's a tender on steroids with a roller cam built in, and you're taking your upward adjustment, which a lot of times can be clunky and unorthodox for people, and you're reducing the amount of resistance you need. So on a typical tender system, even with a plastic tender down there, you might be looking at 8, 9, 10, even 12, 14 pounds of upward adjustment. And that's really hard for guys because you have to keep some back pressure, but at the same time pull up. So you're working against yourself. With this system now, the Glyde will reduce that pull force a lot of times down to 2-3 pounds. So you can literally almost adjust it upward with a couple fingers, and the less back tension that you have to get it because you're not fighting both ways.
Yeah, we talked about it last year with the Infinity, but it's that real-time adjustment where if I'm sitting here, I can just slide that down. Okay, that's how far I want to be from the tree. This feels good to me. If I need to go back up, it's so easy to slide up and adjust. So that real-time, real feel, hey, I need to be quick closer to the tree, or I got deer coming in. Okay, I'm gonna get closer. I got to adjust for an angle. I want to drop back down, get a little more comfortable. It's just literally at the tip of your fingertips to adjust this thing.
Yeah, simplicity sometimes wins for people. They don't have a lot of ropes or knots or everything every direction. This is just, I'm not sure what's the best way to put it. It is so simple and so comfortable that it feels like cheating almost, honestly.
There's going to be a lot of hunters out there that really just enjoy the more minimalist feel of everything. There's not much going on. It doesn't look complicated when you look at it. New saddle hunters that might just be getting into it, it's just one adjustment you're messing with instead of two. And especially compared to last year with the multiple adjustments we had on the bridges. Obviously with the mesh panel here, we're not able to do the integrated pouches, but we've got these side pouches here that come with it.
Yeah, the two side vault pouches, they come in the kit as kind of a free value. We don't try to sell you those separately for $40, $50. They're included. They've got, they're orange inside, so good contrast, visibility, one-hand operation with your zippers. The zippers are super quiet, YKK. If you move them slow, they won't make any noise. So just a ton of, at the ATA show a couple weeks ago when we were showing this to consumers and buyers, my line to everybody was, hey, if you're looking for the most performance versus value out there, this is bar none, in my opinion, the best option. For right around $200, you're getting the saddle with the two side vault pouches, the technology of the Flexx, the built-in spreader bar. You're ready to rock and roll. You buy your ropes, your linements, your tether. If you don't already have those, you buy those and you're ready to go.
Yeah, the comfort on this thing for a midline to cheaper saddle is unbelievable. And like we talked about earlier, it really bridges the gap between it's breathable, it's lightweight, you're not carrying a lot to the woods, but at the same time, you can really sink into this mesh and you're extremely comfortable. So you're not sacrificing. You can go up and sit all day in this thing if you wanted to in November.
I know, I have the luxury of hunting with our prototypes, our new samples, competitors. I have all types of options. This year, I'm excited to use this in the earlier season when it's warmer. It's gonna be really hard to get me away from on a long sit, to get away from that Cloud Infinity or Cloud Freedom where you have the high backrest, just because that, in my opinion, takes the comfort to the next level. But, again, a lot of guys might typically be focused on 8 out of 10 of their hunts, might only be 2-3 hour sits after work. And if that's the case, if you're trying to save some money, if you're trying to get the best performance and comfort of value, look no farther than the Cloud Flexx, new for 2026.